Welcome to Americana Archives. Today's headline is Society Strata. The subheadline is In Irregular Order, number 4, Editors. It says, Sketch number 4 shall be devoted to a class we know something about. We write by the card in this, for if there is one class we know more about than another, it is editors. They have been the sole great cloud that overshadowed and made miserable an otherwise happy life. When we write about editors, it is with pen and fancy free. No pent-up Utica in ours on occasion like this. Some mighty mean men assume the role of editor, but you might roll a dozen or so without getting the wherewithal to purchase a square meal at the Silver House. But a compensating providence, providing a sweet for every sour, calls to the tripod some of the best men. Modesty and a natural diffidence forbids us to name some of the most illustrious living examples. George D. Prentice, Horace Greeley, and William J. Raymond may be named among departed heroes of the quill, but it could hardly be expected of us to say that the editor of some paper is one of the noblest editors of today. After years of trial and tribulation, we have at last organized a staff unsurpassed, a staff quite similar to the staff of Life of the Times. The editor-in-chief is the chief writer in this city, and his ponderous leaders lead one to ponder questions of state, great social problems, and political conundrums. He generally probes the matter in hand to the bottom. There is but little left to write after he decides what is right. And you never see him write about face when once he sets his face towards a certain goal. He would see the goaler damned first. Of course, he is general of the staff, and he generally directs the general opinion of the great public, as well as the general tone of the paper. Once in a while, one of the staff catches him napping, but he takes the offender by the nape of the neck and fires him out. Our literary editor has a soft thing, as there is but little for him to do except write notices of new books and draw a high salary, and the publishers are kind enough to send such reviews as they wish inserted. So the opinion expressed in our columns may be as they like it. It is likely his resignation will be accepted soon. Our agricultural editor knows turnips like a book, and can write by the yard on subsoil and like subjects. No correspondent ever poses him. One old lady writes to know when is the best time to set her hens. When the hens get ready to set is the answer. A farmer wants to know what part of the moon he shall plant his potatoes. Don't plant them in the moon at all. Put them in well-mannered sandy soil is the prompt reply. He also knows all about shorthorns and takes his horns at short intervals. Our financial editor and stock sharp was discharged some time ago because of his inability to sustain the market and his constant financial distress. We don't propose to keep a fellow about these premises who can't keep his finances and the market booming. Our scissors editor is a wonderful fellow. He is a long pair for long stories and a short pair for short items, and his industry is marvelous. When he enters the sanctum in the morning, he seizes 2 or 3 exchanges and rushes out to his little office. And while the operations of nature are going on, his nimble scissors clip out the dainty morsels of mental pablum. In fact, his labor is industriously continued day in and day out, and zeal in his specialty has prompted him to construct the following couplet. While my scissors hold out to run, the devil's work will never be done. Our police court reporter was killed in the triangular fight a few weeks ago. He fell a victim to overzeal in his calling. That fellow was always in the thickest of the fray, jotting down his notes with Napoleonic calmness and accuracy. But on the occasion referred to, he tried to stop a ball from a Henry rifle, which was too much for him. He was buried with quillitary honors. This sketch should not be closed without mention of a deserving young amateur who edits our mail. He is a male among males, and this is saying a good deal for one who longs to be among the females. The worst fear we feel for him is that he may become a masher. This story came from the great state of Nevada, being reported in the Lyon County Times on March 28, 1877. Thank you for joining us today. If you want to continue to uncover all of America's lost and forgotten history, then remember before you leave to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and remember to like and comment below. And we will see you next time on Americana Archives.